You're listening to Mississippi Ghost and Cryptids Podcast, where we discuss all things paranormal. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
What day is it?
Tuesday. Taco Tuesday.
Ass Crack Tuesday.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Welcome to another episode of Mississippi Government Conspiracy Podcast.
Yes.
Where Terry's got a new topic.
New topic.
New
Thanks-
topic Terry.
thanks
that's
to
his
Bobby.
name.
Topic Terry.
Thanks
Topic
to Bobby.
Terry.
Thanks to Bobby. So, last couple episodes, we talked about this Gaia, Goa.
Sky's Gaia.
Gaia.
It's Gaia.
Gaia website. So found something on there that's kind of interesting. Title reads FOIA, Freedom of Information Act,
It's not a dirty word.
request accidentally proves government mind control files. So, what does that mean?
Earth.
I didn't even ask that question. So why?
You said Gaia. What does that mean?
What?
No.
No. Oh God.
The mind control.
Oh God.
No, I'm just teasing you.
Yeah.
So this is something that a study that was done in 1974 that leaked out somehow a few years ago.
Well, the article was written
right.
in 2018, but yeah, I think some of the results are kind of interesting.
Psychotronic.
So yeah.
Mhm.
Commit that to memory. Psychotronic waves.
So this is investigative journalism website Muckrock, Muckrock. So you guys can check that out yourself.
Don't misspell it. You'll be on a totally different
Yeah,
website.
yeah. Just caution. Supposedly, it kind of shows a graphic of or copies of the documents that they receive, an outline of a woman pointing to particular parts of the body and what could possibly be done to those parts of the bodies with this psychotronic weapon, and it's kind of crazy. Forced memory blanking and reduced erroneous actions, controlled dreams, forced waking visions.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say they do say that certain parts of the brain that are stimulated can cause visions and stuff like that to be had.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, but this is coming from.
This is federal.
Yeah, this
Well,
is a
I was
federal.
going to say, well, we do
stuff.
know from investigating stuff, high EMFs, when people's created a Faraday cage in their house.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
But
These
these
things,
frequencies are specific to
Right.
bodily
yeah.
functions.
But I
and
mean,
it's good
that's
and
what
bad.
people have been able to do, or just high EMFs being from uncoppered wires or
Right, and-
wires not wired correctly.
And it'll make you sick. And but this here is kind of weird in a way that it's narrowing down and pinpointing certain parts.
Oh yeah,
Of the body.
They've sat there and just done a brain, done.
Yeah, and yeah, it's being used. They're using helicopters, trucks, disguised as communication vehicles, and radio towers. So there's your new 5G.
I was going to say, well, and I was going to say to go a little further, and some of the other.
That really was a frequency issue
Yeah.
though with 5G.
Yeah, it was.
It was affecting cattle and people's memory.
So
I think just we've all dumbed down so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
from
so
our
many-
kids being a kid, you knew
All
18 different phone numbers.
Well, since we were
Now I'm
young
good to
till
know.
now, there are probably 50 times more, maybe more than that, more signals in the air.
oh sure, everything's broadcasting.
We're not just talking AM, FM, and shortwave. No. Every phone, every wireless device, Bluetooth,
Secure
Wi-
communications,
secure-
insecure
Watches?
communication,
Wi-Fi. Yeah,
watches.
your watch is just the
Mhm.
signal from that
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
don't even understand how we can still function, to be honest, with all these waves running through our heads.
Well, honestly, if our house was not grounded, I know I couldn't be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, electrically for the EMF.
Yeah, there's just be
EMF.
so much noise.
Right. But I'm just talking about what's in the airwaves.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
so why do you think that is that?
Can't see you, Chris. You got to scoot up.
Scoot up, Chris. Don't
There we go.
hide.
Now I can see you.
Don't hide, Chris.
Make you a movie star.
Nope.
Anyway,
So
I'm good.
He's already good at
Trying to-
on his WhatsApp.
I'm trying to.
okay.
My WhatsApp.
A legitimate. Well, even they're legitimate.
No, what-
No,
Your
even
OnlyFans page?
OnlyFans page. Visit Bobby at her OnlyFans page.
Yes, please do. So
Google.
you'll never find it.
Google.
But all the other Bobbies, I hope you enjoy them.
BobbyWithTheBooty.com.
Yeah, I do. I was gonna say.
Sounds like a commercial. Visit BobbyWithTheBooty.com.
Bobby with the booty.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
Anyway. It's a $5 bounce it be. Anyway.
He thought this out.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. He thought this out.
I can market you.
We're not doing. We skipped clean past the GoFundMe.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to get me. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I need some money.
Hold
So
on.
what are we gonna do?
Let me get one of these trucks here,
Be
and
like,
I can
Blues
go ahead and
Clues, Blues Clues.
bouncing booty. Anyway.
They're actually having a Blues Clues movie, by the way, and they're bringing all 3 of them back.
Oh, okay,
Aw.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Never mind. That was so off topic.
that was way off.
Anyway,
topic.
yeah.
I'm not.
With this psychoelectric weapon effects.
Yeah,
Here, that happens with
psychoelectronic
this woman.
weapons. This because what we're looking at here is a graph of a female body, and there are certain things to either help or harm
Right.
areas,
So-
including ones that you're thinking.
Yeah,
of.
so if y'all want, and you can join along, go to gaia.com if you have access to a computer right now.
/article/
Psychotronic weapons, and the title of the article is the FOIA request accidentally provides government mind control files. And it has a diagram that I guess was,
Some
of course,
poor
drawn
person-
by someone doing these tests.
I was gonna say, bless them heart. Some
Yeah.
person was basically subjected to this.
So go ahead, Chris. We'll let you pinpoint certain parts of the woman's body and how it can interact.
All right, we're going to start with the head.
Because that is the most important part
That's where your eyes should always be.
at their head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What about this OnlyFans page?
Next episode.
Next episode.
That's on the other podcast.
We'll go over a few things. Not every single one because there's quite a few.
Yeah, so essentially by this diagram,
by this
they can
graph.
affect every part of
Yeah.
the body.
We have a forced memory blanking, induced erroneous actions, controlled dreams, which is wildly
Weird.
Yeah. We have, I don't understand this completely, but transparent eyelids. I don't know how that would work because that's a physiological thing. Forced movement of jaw and clacking of teeth.
Yeah. Look at artificial tinnitus.
Artificial tinnitus, right?
Microwave hearing.
Right, and that was
That's a little asterisk there on the
Yeah.
bottom.
The rest, unclassified succession transmissions on the human voice directly into the skull of a living person, was performed by Dr. Joseph C. Sharp of the Walter Reed Armory Institute of Research in 1974
Army's involved.
by transforming a
hypnotist.
voice using the lower silent sound of a
Smirnoff Scramble.
methods. They'll have to look that one up. Used in the Gulf War.
Must be a vodka mixed drink.
Okay.
It's possible to hypnotize a target without the target being aware, from hiding and leaving zero trace evidence.
All that for microwave hearing. We don't get much of a description of anything else, but we sure
Right.
as hell get it for
Right.
yeah, I mean there's hard to reach itches, electrical shocks, weird sensations, forced orgasm.
It's always the worst.
It's fake.
It's fake.
I was saying, not all of us are faking. Let's just say, it's just some people are blessed at what they do.
Fake it till you make it, right?
But yeah, that's
Make it happen. That's what you do. You fake it to make it happen.
general effects: sudden overheating, all body pain, forced caffeine field.
Sleep prevention.
I'm gonna assume hyper awareness. That's all I can think of.
Okay.
Forced drop into your tracks. Sleep inducement. So, I
So
guess
that
that'd be
means
like a
that's
sleep
like
apnea.
narcolepsy, where you'll just
Yeah, just pass out.
fall asleep.
That's like partial coma.
Irresistible.
It's a
Go
fainting.
here. Go there. Commands.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm telling you,
Sh-
go here. Get down there. Go over there. Go move over
Oh,
here.
you turn. Phew.
Mind control.
I was gonna say, I can't help they're sitting there zapping me. What am I supposed to do?
So,
Going back to my last.
but
statement.
yeah. And then they got the other graph that below it shows that they're actually using, or they've used helicopters, trucks, radio towers, wave signals penetrating walls and houses to control individuals or groups, as well as different resonance frequencies needed to control various areas of the brain. So they can pinpoint what they want to control. That's some scary stuff.
So delta is the frequency range up to 4 hertz. Theta is the frequency range up to 4 to 7 hertz. Alpha is the frequency range from 8 to 12 hertz, and beta is the frequency range from 12 to 30 hertz.
And mind you, these are all frequencies that we are super below what we can hear with the human ear.
And gamma is the frequency range approximately 30 to 100 hertz. And is that going to be
Mu? Yeah, that's the other corona variant. Mu.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that sounds like
What?
range is 8 to 13 hertz. So with those different ranges is what they're affecting this body with to do certain things to.
And certain parts of the brain affect certain parts of the body that react to those certain frequencies.
And it's funny because they're not just sending these signals to the brain to do this. All these signals are actually affecting muscles, different parts of the body with muscles and stuff like that. So it's not just something that's being sent to the brain. So it's like they can't find those pinpointed parts of the brain, which we do know. Son of a biscuit.
That was so loud.
Quiet mode.
Actually,
battery's low.
So this classification of what Bobby's talking about is bioelectromagnetic. So it's the bio part makes a big deal because it specifically pinpoints that we're targeting human body parts, actions and whatnot. It's not just electromagnetic because. I mean, we've talked about that over and over.
Yeah, the whole EM.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is actually pinpointing a part of your brain with a specific signal in order for your body to react to the signal your brain is sending it. And for it to, what didn't they state? Part of it was, forced movement of your jaws and teeth.
Right. What I don't see here is instant shit yourself.
Well, that would be back there in the back where it said.
Yeah, it is in the back.
Yeah.
It says hot needles pushed deep into flesh sensations. That's
nerve.
This is all nerving. Well, I mean, think about it. This is legit. We operate off electrical impulses.
Yes,
that's how our nervous system works. So anything that is an electromagnetic frequency can affect that. You have to think. What if you get that weird itch somewhere?
Yeah, in the back, that one shoulder blade.
They sell cream for that. But anyway.
Okay, so no, they no, I mean you get that random itch or that involuntary muscle movement.
Yeah.
You wonder that could have been not government, related, but could that be a frequency in in the ether that happened to affect us at that one point in time?
Yeah, but it's scary that the government. Well, I think the Germans were doing it in World War II.
I'm pretty sure they started it then.
And then we probably copied some of their files.
I'm
and
not
it's
going to
like,
blame everything on them. I think some of the stuff we did too.
Oh,
I think the aliens showed us.
Well, a lot of the stuff has come back from reverse engineering. So,
yes, exactly.
Ancient Chinese secret.
All right.
But then it ain't secret no more. But
yeah, it's scary they can pinpoint. I mean, they've done studies. We've got. Well, of course, it's the internet. Then we got diagrams.
I mean,
but
they probably had a large amplifier emitting these waves, and just probably.
But can you imagine what it is? Because 1974 is when
that's when this was published,
right?
So they're working on it, probably, like you said.
And I'm sure they're continuing to work on it. But imagine the size of electronics now compared to then.
Oh, for sure.
Of how much more power and how much smaller the device can be to affect us.
I mean, even in 74, they were still just getting out of the tube era in the transistors. So, yeah.
I mean, you could probably have the device in your pocket.
Oh.
Target somebody.
One of those TENS machines
Oh.
that you put all the.
Not that, Bobby.
Just saying.
Bobby's like, oh.
Well.
Don't make me put a technical difficulty little banner up while you get over what you're going to.
Don't worry, they can still hear it.
I was going to say, they do have those things where, they can be controlled by phones.
Bluetooth.
Yep. It goes right to your watch.
Sure.
To your watch?
Yep.
Sure.
So you can sit there and
Yep.
Yeah, she said watch. It's another.
Yep.
It's another Apple accessory.
Oh,
It's
whatever.
not actually Apple. Samsung got it.
It's a banana.
It's for us now.
Is
Come
that
on
Sa-
over to the alien
That's
side.
right.
Alien robot.
Is that Samsung's logo?
Mm,
Alien robot.
A banana.
Vibrating alien robot.
That's what he's for.
It's green too.
Yeah. Let's see here. Motor cortex runs at 10 hertz. Auditory cortex 15 hertz. Visual cortex is 25.
Well, so I mean, if you think that these were taking large trucks or trying to come off of radio towers back then, I
Back
mean, our
then.
cell phones now,
Oh yeah.
30 years later,
the amplification now is we got satellites.
you
now.
know.
No,
Well,
that
I was going
way
to say, supposedly the pinpoint, can go through and go straight to your cell phone and
Well, and yeah.
liquefy your brain.
just go ahead and put that brain aneurysm right on in there.
Well,
So
it
what if you
makes-
think it could be projected over your TV now with all of our
Sure.
with our TVs and stuff
Sure,
the way
sure.
they have it?
Well, like I don't know about y'all. I mean, your
Because it's just audio.
TVs are wireless now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any. I mean, I can we
You
stream
don't have any wires?
just the plug, just
Just
the
the
power,
power.
just the
Power it
Just
up,
a
baby.
Power plug.
I mean, everything. The internet, all the streaming services, it's all
Yeah.
wireless.
And if you got a wireless route in your house, you're transmitting that to every other wireless device.
Yes. Yes. So, and you are
So-
literally
And some
in
are
the
shut-
way of that.
Yeah. So anything that has a speaker could emit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So could you imagine if they wanted to,
Absolutely. Scary. That I mean that's this is a legitimate thing. You can kill people.
so they don't need super soldiers anymore?
Well, okay, they need them to fight but not kill.
Why? You could basically take out a whole government just with the sound.
Well, you're talking about mass genocide. I think they're
I'm
trying
not
to,
talking about like everybody
A
in the
good
country.
country. I'm talking like a
I'm talking about
bad.
like a bad
Like,
country.
Russia
there's like,
or
well, once again,
China.
we're not name dropping, Chris. We're not
No.
doing that.
My fearless leaders,
You know,
Russia and China.
but, I mean,
I'm increasing my social justice score.
Red Dead Redemption. Not the game.
Except on the red
Russia.
side,
sorry, thank you.
That's what I-
Wolverines.
Well, you do know that they've been
Ooh.
able to use titanium. Shut up, Bobby.
Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier.
It's a whole different show.
What?
Titanium.
Titanium.
Oh, not titanium.
Titanium.
Titanium for
They
what?
use that in your body now already to replace broken bones and everything.
Oh, yeah, the titanium rods and all
yeah,
that.
because it's a
But they've been
non-corrosive
able
metal.
to actually.
But it's not magnetic though. Titanium's not magnetic.
No, but they've been able to use to grow human tissues and stuff inside titanium, like Wolverine and stuff. Just saying.
Oh, you went that Wolverine instead of
That Wolverine.
instead of the Patrick Swayze
Yeah,
Wolverine.
Yeah, no. I was going X-Men Wolverine.
I was trying to think of the metal. It's not like from
The
Black
Wakanda metal.
Yeah, it's not Black Panther. That's vibranium.
Yeah.
Vibranium?
Yeah, vibranium. I never put that together. I got this special massage wand. It's made of vibranium.
Just saying. Thanks, Marvel.
What the hell is Wolverine's metal made out of?
Not titanium.
No, it's made up metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't know.
So you wanted to non-fictionalize that?
Right. It's not fiction anymore.
So you're saying the
You're saying
titanium?
that's real.
So you
No, I'm saying that we don't need the super soldiers and stuff that they've been trying to manipulate and make, because basically sound waves could go in and take out the head of a.
yeah, you shouldn't have to.
You know what
You
I'm saying?
shouldn't
They
have
could
to.
take out.
yeah,
They
like
could
a-
take out. I mean, whole armies without
Well-
our guys ever having to go over.
Well, and I think they've been testing some of
Well,
that too.
that's
Yeah.
why we've evolved. I say we, our government, not us personally.
No, we
or-
haven't
we could
evolved at all.
We could own one, but like an EMP.
hmm
So it's an electromagnetic pulse,
Right.
right? So that's kind of the same thing. Now this is more like destructive. This will blow everything up, and it's
Yeah, we're not trying to take everything out.
no, you're just trying to take out certain people,
People.
or give them like orgasms
Oh, that'd be
all at
awesome.
one time.
Oh, that'd be funny. Like the whole front line just drops because,
They all just
and
buckle.
they all go to sleep. They just all go to
They
sleep.
all go to sleep. They all get hungry and go to Waffle House.
No, they go to sleep.
they all need a cigarette after that.
yeah.
And they just pass out.
and they just pass. See, that's how
Spontaneous combustion. They all just burn up.
it's too kind, right?
Well, okay. Going back to the article.
Oh, we're still in the article.
Yeah. It's one of the last little paragraphs here
Mhm.
says the prospect of psychotronic weapons isn't as far as fetched. With the government's history of similar programs during the Cold War, that's the 80s, and the multitude of people who believe they've been victims of such attacks, which is kind of weird.
Well, what's interesting is that the article seems to be from 74. Well, the map. So it would put it right into that pre-Cold War era.
Pre-Cold War, yeah. And then it also states, not to mention the reality of attempted mind control programs like MK Ultra, which is something that, if it's got a name, you can look it up.
I don't know MK Ultra.
And the NSA's Project Echelon,
which I need to look at that again.
Yeah. That have set precedent for the government's clandestine agenda. So, yeah. So I guess within the release, it references those programs. So,
sure. It name dropped.
And I bet you.
Like
I name dropped.
I bet you it's being used. It's just not socially acceptable, so it's not being announced.
Well, my whole thing is, look how much, with the disclosure of them opening up all these UFO files and saying, here's our research, just look at it. It's a bunch of black lines, but with the things that are out there,
That's true.
The things that are out there, it wasn't even that big of a deal. It's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah.
Same with this, and unless we have people like this,
right,
and sites like this that.
But this is my thing: is even with us talking about it, I mean, we're just like three people talking, and we may reach 2 people.
Yeah.
I was thinking 5.
My mom.
My mom.
Okay.
That's it.
So 5.
Okay.
Because Chris is going to have to listen to it again to critique himself.
I listened to
I was gonna say, I have friends listening, so hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
But
you poor guy.
I know, that's what I tell him all the time. So sorry.
You still have time to get free. We don't.
I'm sorry.
We've committed to a podcast.
I said they've been with me for too long. I'm kind of like that growth,
Wait, what growth? Oh, that growth.
That growth.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that nobody's doing anything. I mean, not that we need to rally up against the government or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but
we're fucking canceled.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's like there's
NSA. If you're listening to this now,
Bobby did it.
Hold on.
I don't want them to send that signal in my headphone.
No, we're recording.
Okay, hold on. What signal are you gonna send? Let me get ready.
We're not actually connected to.
But no, but these are the things that it's. Why are we not? Why is it not more about this?
Because we're not privy to that information.
Or there might be just a lot of people that don't care. They've got their own little world they're living in.
It's released a little bit. I mean, I feel like the stuff that's been released is the stuff that has already been leaked.
Right.
And they were just like, okay,
here's the paperwork for it.
Here it is, and we have a whole bunch of
but I mean,
shit
look
that's
how
been
much
omitted.
medical research and stuff like that with sound waves and stuff like that we could fix people's bodies
Because that's all class. Well, because it will it will bankrupt the pharmaceutical.
Yes, it will.
And
money.
I mean, look at our insurance premiums. Look at what we pay for medication. Look at how there is very much a cure for cancers and viruses and whatnot.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's taking freaking decades for that to come to fruition when it's really already available.
Right.
I'm not saying that there's one thing that will cure all cancers, because as we know, cancer affects us just like we're talking about how.
Well, it's done to your DNA. Just like chemo radiation. Chemo radiation is killing everything, so your body can start back again.
But think about if you could focus certain signals on things to fix it, not destroy an organ, but to actually remedy an organ.
Well, it's kind of like breaking up using sound waves to break up a
kidney stones,
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had that. It's called
It's called that. Yeah.
It's called that.
Sound waves to break up kidney stones.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called. But it's really cool because it's non-invasive.
Right. So
not supposed to be invasive? They're supposed to stick that too? Never mind. Okay.
that was that other
maybe that was another procedure.
That's what they told you needed.
There's not an ultrasonic colonoscopy.
I wonder why they're recording it anyway.
That's called sounding.
Here we go. Lithotripsy. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Lithotripsy is breaking up kidney stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just pee them out like dust.
So much easier. But
or passing one like a child through your urethra.
Be a man.
Be a man.
Name that one Bobby.
You know what I'm saying?
pain in my urethra. Anyway,
came out like a popcorn kernel.
I'm like, look at my whole head on a whole image.
Sorry, Bobby. Go
whole
ahead.
image of you like,
It's like
oh, it didn't take both hands.
it's like a it's a snake throwing up an egg.
sorry, Mom.
I'm
It's
not.
not my fault.
It's I'm.
Yes, it is. I wouldn't talk this way unless you were
I
here.
was born this way. I'm sorry.
Just ask my wife.
So,
I'm an angel.
With horns.
so she said
And
you had
burnt
horns
wings.
earlier, and I could actually
You
see
did.
what she was talking about.
Angels can have horns.
I never said they couldn't.
Yeah.
Look at me.
If there are such thing as angels.
Dum dum.
Anyway,
dum. And we're canceled.
You're
So-
gonna be in trouble.
Block. Anyway,
Politics, religion, and government conspiracies.
yeah. So
But so that's what I'm saying. So with this technology, instead of making super soldiers, why aren't we just knocking them out?
because I think it would be also
If this kind of technology,
it would also affect civilians.
It would. This is not. I don't think you can target people. I think that one frequency in a small area would affect everybody within that area.
Who's susceptible to that frequency.
Right. You have to figure we're
Yeah,
all.
but we can knock out naval ships. We can knock out submarines.
Well,
you
that's
can
an
knock out-
EMP.
That's
That's
an
different
EMP.
than
Well, that's
this.
what I'm.
That's a
But
blast.
this right here. No, I'm not talking about blowing things up. I'm talking about sending this signal through,
Uh-huh.
manipulating
Right. But
this
if you're
whole
gonna
soldier,
okay,
this whole ship.
so let's go back to like Desert Storm,
Mhm.
urban warfare.
Well, that's what's going on.
Yeah. So urban warfare.
Mhm.
You've got civilians mixed in with soldiers.
Right.
You send this signal out.
Mhm.
How many civilians are also going to perish when you're trying to target the soldier because of that frequency?
It'd be like setting off.
Yeah,
a,
but my
a
whole
grenade.
thing is, what is that word for the casualties that?
Casualties.
Well, no, but so what? No.
What's
Oh.
that word for?
No,
Oh, the
the ones that-
unintended casualties.
Yeah, unintended casualties. How many does that automatically happen already with war?
Oh, it happens a lot.
A lot.
Right, and we don't
Yeah.
want it to happen,
No,
so you're
no.
trying to prevent that, and so therefore they're
Well, I'm thinking it probably is being used. That's what I said. They're not telling us.
right. Like I said, this is what they were doing 30 years ago.
At least the testing, and they've got it narrowed down to
a
those
pinpoint, yeah,
specific
that's what I'm
pinpoints
saying.
of how it reacted to
right.
this woman or
And
several
that's-
women.
Right, and that's what I'm saying though. But so much technology now has come more on the brain,
Mm-hmm.
so
And they might going by what documents are listed here,
Right,
but as
yeah.
we were discussing earlier, it might be able to pinpoint. Let me go point it towards Bobby, and Bobby's done.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
Bobby.
Yeah, it's-
I mean, this,
know,
is,
that
this is
thing.
definitely safer than chemical warfare. If I have to weigh the.
Oh yeah,
right, oh
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, look what Agent Orange did too.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was-
And still doing.
And you got to think about when
Yeah.
this was being tested. This
the
Mhm.
70s.
in the pre-70s. We had
Well,
we were
yeah.
we
Yeah.
were Vietnam, and that was bad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, that was how many soldiers who survived being shot.
My
or
dad
losing a limb.
actually, he was my stepfather, but to me, he was my dad. But he
Yeah.
actually suffered from that with the nerves and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Being
arms
exposed to
and,
Agent
for
Orange.
Agent
Yeah.
Orange,
Right.
So I mean, those people that wear the tinfoil caps, they're probably not too far off.
Well, I mean,
It's
Block
not.
that shit.
And the thing is, they're just going to blame it on collateral damage.
There you go.
there's
Yeah,
a word.
That's what you wanted to
That's
say.
what I wanted.
Okay.
Thank you. The casualty.
unintended casualties and collateral damage.
Yeah.
Well, all inclusive
Yeah.
in this podcast.
You trying to swallow that, did you?
I like the fuzziness.
Did you just spit it back out?
I like the
Just
fuzziness.
Shove the whole thing down your throat.
He did pretty quick.
A little mama bear. Anyway.
Wow.
So yeah. So that's
Yeah, so
Interesting.
these
Something
are
to think about.
Things about.
Yep.
And hopefully, people will kind of start waking up to a little bit of what's going on around them.
with our audience out there.
Nobody's
of
waking
mouth.
Up. Nobody's waking
Yeah,
up.
ain't nobody gonna know shit.
Surprise!
Because we don't talk to anybody except us and you guys
Well, I
on the
mean, because-
podcast.
well,
I have like two
because-
friends at work. That's
We
it.
got
Yeah.
like 5 followers on YouTube. It's awesome.
It's
It's all
great.
right. It's Chris going over and over again because he missed that episode because he fell asleep.
Maybe.
Yep. I had to track IP addresses.
Whoa.
Oh.
All right,
See,
y'all.
You're the one on the video.
So take a look at it. That was
Please do.
actually you only have to go to just to gaia.com. There's a lot of interesting
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
articles
Gaia
there.
has a
Freaking
lot of different stuff that they've been trying to.
7 days free, Chris.
I can't afford that.
Oh, Wonder Woman pose.
All right, y'all. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. And remember, sometimes the paranormal can still be normal.
Follow MGC Podcast on Facebook and YouTube.